My sister's boyfriend posted plans to frighten me. I chose safety, and she's still defending him. I'm 21, and I found my sister's boyfriend's secret Reddit account by accident. Jane has been with John for 2 years. He's a reporter, so I googled his name. A handle popped up with his name and the year. I clicked, thinking I'd see articles. Instead, I saw post after post about his girlfriend's family, mostly the weird little brother. That's me. I thought it was a stranger, but then he used our rare first names, our town, and the exact car my sister drives. He wrote stuff only family would know. I kept reading. He wrote like he was dumping his brain out. Rants with 0 to 3 upvotes, almost no comments. About 100 posts across vent subs and his own page. He complained about my sister, about me, about our mom. He called me dramatic and annoying. He said I flinch when he yells or swings his arms and that I make everything about fear. I have my reasons. I have assault in my past. I'm in therapy. I try to be polite, just quiet. Reading it made my stomach twist. The worst post laid out a plan. He wanted to wait until I visited, offer me a ride home, then take the scenic route down dark country lanes. He wrote that he'd act off, keep driving for 15 minutes, and let him get scared enough to do something to me. After that, he'd turn around and drop me off like nothing happened. He wrote it would prove not all men are out to hurt him because he'd been weird but didn't cross a line. He said he could fix me better than my therapist. He wrote that my fear was an insult to him. Someone commented, "Get help." He replied, "I don't need help. He does." His comment history was the same tone. Incel talking points. Threads about assault, what women owe, roles, and certain groups being problems. It didn't match the nice, awkward guy my sister brought to birthdays. It felt like I was watching a mask drop. I screenshotted everything, every link, a screen recording of the scroll. I sat on the floor and cried. Then I called my mom. She came over with my uncle. We went through the posts. I kept saying, I know it's him. The names, the job, Jane's routine, her car, our town. My uncle told me not to message John, not to tip him off, not to walk anywhere alone for a while. We agreed to wait 2 days for Jane to get back from a work trip and tell her together. Those 2 days dragged. I barely slept. Any car outside made me jump. His account stayed up. I checked it like a smoke alarm. When Jane got home, we sat her at the table. I opened the folder. She read with a stiff face. At first, she said maybe he was venting and didn't mean it. She said I might be reading it through trauma. Mom said, he planned to scare your brother on purpose. My uncle said, he wrote details only family knows. Jane started crying, defensive. We all talked over each other. She said I'd always been distant with John and maybe he felt judged. I said, I'm careful, not cruel. My hands were shaking while I talked. I told her, if you stay with him, I can't be around him, and I won't be around you if he comes. My mom said she agreed. My uncle did too. We said we didn't trust John in our house again. Jane stood up, grabbed her bag, and left. The door shook behind her. That night I kept the lights on in my room. I moved a chair under my bedroom door handle. It was dumb, but it made me feel like the room had a second lock. On Monday she showed up without texting. She looked wrecked and said sorry. She said after she left she couldn't stop seeing the words. She told John anyway, even though we'd told her not to. When I checked, every post was gone. That made me mad, because the proof had been public 2 hours earlier that day. I still had the files. She said he blocked me to protect his career and called me a stalker. He told her a coworker who hates him wrote it. She said she didn't know what to believe. I packed a bag and went to my uncle's house. He changed the guest room lock and gave me a key copy. We talked about legal options. There wasn't much to do about posts that weren't a direct threat under the law. We wrote down the dates and the lines where he planned the drive route. My uncle said, we can contact his job if we have to. I stared at the phone and felt sick. I didn't want to make things worse, but I didn't want to wait for a car to slow beside me on a dark road. Jane texted that she couldn't see him doing this in real life. She asked if I was making her choose. I said I was choosing for myself. I told her I'd be low contact until she made a choice that kept me safe. That night at my uncle's, I laid out the printouts and the USB. I wrote one last text to Jane. I won't ride in a car with John. If he shows up, I'm calling the police. If you want to talk, I'll talk at Mom's house with Uncle here. That's it. Then I blocked John's number, turned my phone face down, locked the door, set the key on the nightstand, and watched the phone screen stay dark. Now my sister is saying I'm tearing our family apart. Was I wrong for it?